men, women and children together. A young woman at my feet, with her hands bound, she looked up at me. There wasn't fear in her eyes. There wasn't anger. There was only pity. She knew that when you gave the order, our blades would descend upon their heads. That in that moment we would be godless. All of us. Godless.
Let's remember here, the people we are fighting today, we funded.
In the name of the cross, women were raped and murdered. Children were put to the sword, and it is said that blood ran in the streets knee-high to the horses. 20 years after Jerusalem was taken, the Dome of the Rock was seized by a group of warrior monks calling themselves the Knights of the Temple of Solomon, or more simply, the Knights Templars. In 1307, King Philippe of France arrested them for charges of denial of Christ, homosexuality, and idol worship, as well as magic. Pope Clement V declared all Templars as heretics to Christianity, ordering all their properties to be seized. The Templars were cornered, and just when it seemed they were finished forever, a glimmer of hope arose from a seemingly certain end. They were to find a safe haven as well as an ally. But not in France. In fact, in a country in a desperate struggle for independence against the English. The country of Scotland. For some, Scotland's hope of independence had died with the death of William Wallace. However, to the King of Scotland, Robert the Bruce, the arrival of the Templars gave him a new secret weapon. Their experience, gained over 200 years of fighting the mighty armies of Islam, had made them expert in combat and warfare, and more than a match for any army brought before them. In 1314, the Templars, allied with Robert the Bruce and his army, took to the fields of Bannockburn in the long-awaited showdown with the English. Robert the Bruce's foresight paid off. The 25,000-strong English army suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of only 6,500 men. The dream of an independent Scotland had finally been achieved. Templars had brought themselves back from the brink of destruction, and never again would they allow themselves to be destroyed. This time, they would control the country by controlling its kings. And in order to preserve their secret order, the Templars would have to die, or more precisely, the name would have to die. Their descendants became the true power of Scotland. In 1603, the death of Queen Elizabeth I left England without an heir to the throne. By virtue of descent, King James V of Scotland became King of England. In doing so, Scotland and England joined to form a new kingdom, and the power that the Templars held over Scotland spread to give them a firm grip on the whole of Great Britain. All the time they were planning, regrouping, and infiltrating positions of power in all corners of the kingdom. They had grown in both number and strength, and were now ready to coin a new identity, free from their reputation of the past, and given credibility by none other than the monarchy and aristocracy of England. And the name they chose for themselves was a name that would be known by many, but understood by a few. This new name, the Freemasons.
Demikian klip yang sangat bagus dari topinfopost.com. Sengaja saya cuplik agar jelas bahwa semua yang saya sampaikan dalam pemaparan konspirasi bumi datar ini bukan pendapat atau opini saya sendiri, melainkan hasil riset. Saya hanya merangkum dan memperjelas. Sulit memahami flat earth jika tidak paham elit global. Kita tak akan paham elit global jika tak paham ideologi dan akar historis secret societies. Elit global, sains modern, termasuk dogma bumi mengelilingi matahari, berakar pada hal yang sama, abad pencerahan Eropa. Anda mungkin pernah menonton film The Godfather, Mafia. Yang mungkin Anda tidak tahu, The Godfather yang sesungguhnya adalah yang melahirkan abad pencerahan Eropa. Keluarga de Medici di Florenza, Italia. Awalnya pun sama. Orang yang terlahir miskin bisa menjadi sangat powerful dan kaya. Dari situlah kemudian lahir sains modern, dogma bumi mengelilingi matahari, dan dominasi ekonomi dunia.
Florence, 1389. A boy is baptized into a medieval world. He was not of noble birth. He was the son of a local merchant. His name was Cosimo de' Medici. From humble beginnings, his dynasty would seek power and influence, and not stop until they secured the papacy itself. Theirs was a world where power came at a price. Intrigue, murder, assassination, and war. But the city of Florence was also a cauldron of creativity. And for the greater glory of the family, the Medici would protect and pay for the greatest artists and thinkers of their age. Michelangelo, Brunelleschi, Botticelli, Leonardo, Galileo. Rinascimento, rebirth, renaissance. Behind it stood the Medici, godfathers of the Renaissance.
Anda lihat sendiri, para arsitek abad pencerahan Eropa seperti Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Galileo adalah anak asuh sang godfather, the Medici. Dari situlah lahir istilah Freemason, tukang batu yang berpikiran bebas. Dogma bumi mengelilingi matahari dimulai dari situ. Diajarkan di sekolah-sekolah sejak abad ke-16, meski sebenarnya Galileo tak dapat membuktikan teorinya. Jika bumi berputar mengelilingi matahari, maka rasi bintang seharusnya berubah setiap 6 bulan. Ini yang disebut sebagai stellar parallax yang sudah kita bahas di episode 3. Rasi bintang tidak berubah. Sebaliknya, jika bumi mengelilingi matahari dan bintang-bintang itu masing-masing terpisah jarak triliunan kilometer, Bagaimana mungkin semua bintang bergerak ke arah yang sama dengan kecepatan yang sama pula? Mereka mengatakan itu sebagai cosmic coincidence, kebetulan kosmik. Sama juga dengan mengatakan orang-orang ini jaraknya berjauhan. Yang satu di Bandung, satu di Surabaya, satu di Makassar, di Papua, dan lain-lain. Tapi karena kebetulan kosmik, kelihatannya sama besar dan sama kecepatannya. Itu adalah pembodohan. Mereka melakukan itu 500 tahun lalu karena kondisi politik saat itu. Kaum Freemason ingin lepas dari otoritas agama. Mereka punya dendam sejarah, diburu, dibunuh, dibakar oleh paus dan rajanya sendiri, dikucilkan oleh masyarakatnya sendiri. Jumlah mereka sedikit, tak akan bisa melawan umat yang banyak. Apalagi orang rela mati demi agama. Oleh sebab itu, dogma agama harus dihancurkan lewat Tuhan palsu berkedok sains modern.
And tonight I want to emphasize that 500 years of science have demonstrated that God, that vague notion, is not likely. It's irrational to believe in God.
The God of the Old Testament is arguably the most unpleasant character in all fiction. Jealous and proud of it, a petty, unjust, unforgiving control freak, a vindictive, bloodthirsty ethnic cleanser, a misogynistic, homophobic, racist, infanticidal, genocidal, filicidal, pestilential, megalomaniacal, sadomasochistic, capriciously malevolent bully.
So that's what you think of God?
Yeah, to free yourself from primitive superstition.
So religion's a primitive superstition?
I think it is, yes. I think a lot of people, when they give up God, feel a great sense of release and freedom.
Itulah cara untuk melemahkan umat yang banyak agar tunduk pada segelintir orang dalam tatanan dunia yang baru, the New World Order. Dari kalangan Freemason itu, kemudian lahir sebuah kelompok elit yang disebut Illuminati. Kita harus perjelas di sini, tidak semua Freemason itu Illuminati. Illuminati adalah kelompok yang sangat elit dan sangat eksklusif. Bagaimana caranya mereka bisa menguasai perekonomian, politik, sains, militer, dan diplomatik dunia? Mengapa perang, teror, dan mega proyek fiktif seperti program angkasa luar itu penting bagi mereka? Dan mengapa soal flat earth ini bisa jadi batu sandungan buat mereka? Seperti batu kerikil yang bikin jatuh raksasa. Kita akan membahas pada episode 8. Terima kasih.